Hi, this is Dr. Linda Horton, and this is the Helpful Homeschooler. I'm here to answer your questions. I'm here to give you some thoughts. I am a longtime homeschooler. If you've seen any of the videos, you know I homeschooled my four. I homeschooled many kids. I've been over homeschools, and we also have a homeschool umbrella school here at our church called Legacy Christian School. So, while I don't know everything, I'd love to share with you what I know. Today, I'm going to talk about the reasons to homeschool. I have talked with some people in this last month that would like to homeschool. They're not sure they can homeschool, and they're not sure why they should homeschool. So we're going to talk today about some reasons why homeschooling is a good fit. May not always be a good fit, but I have to tell you from my heart, I don't know when homeschooling is not going to be beneficial for your child. There's only one thing that I know that would keep me from recommending homeschooling to a family, and that's if both parents worked. I have, in many of my years of homeschooling, turned parents down because they both worked, and they expected their children to do the work while they were at work. And I shared last time about how my kids did their homeschooling when I was sick, but that's because they were conditioned to do it. It was a routine with us. You can't expect a child, especially a young child, to stay home and school themselves. They have questions. That's one of the reasons we homeschool, is to have that relationship with our kids, to give them what they need. There is a really good book, I'm trying to think of the name, R.C. Sproul has a really good book on homeschooling. And I can't remember the name of it right now, I apologize, but it's something about why we homeschool. And the thing is, we instill in our children, you think about when you send your child to school, 8, 9, 10 hours a day, they're being influenced by someone who maybe doesn't believe the same way you believe. And you want your child to have the benefit of all your wisdom, and you want them to have that personal relationship, not only with you, but with Christ as their Savior. And they can't do that at school. And so most of the reason we bring our kids home to homeschooling is because we want that influence over our own children. Not that they don't have outside influences, but so many hours a day are spent under someone else that we don't know how they believe, what they believe. We don't know how they live their life, and that's influencing our children. So the first reason we homeschool is because we want to be that influence, that godly influence on our children's lives. Another reason we homeschool is because the schools today they've lost it. They are wild. And I'm not even talking about just public school. I know Christian schools that I put in the same category as public schools. Not all, but there are so many that your child is a paycheck for them. And I know this sounds harsh. Listen, if you knew me, I'm real. A lot of the Christian schools, that's how they are supporting their church, is by having a school. And your kid is a way to support their church. Here at Dynamic Family Life Worship Center, we do not support our church through the school. It absolutely does not happen. And it is never set up to do that. The school is supported by the church, and that's the way it should be. So you homeschool because you want to be that influence for your child's life. You homeschool because you want to be the one to tell them, let's say, the facts of life. You don't want them to hear it from some stranger. You don't want to be I don't want to say in fear, but concerned that when they go off to school, they are getting influenced by drugs, and they're getting influenced by sex. There's so many things that happen when we entrust our children to a government entity that does not have your children's best interest at heart. So if you're questioning, should I homeschool? My answer is always, like I said, unless it's a two-parent working, but there's always ways to get around that. I have homeschooled children for parents so that they could make that transition and yet their child be homeschooled. There's always a way. If you think about it, if you want it bad enough, there's a way to ensure that you can be a homeschool family. And there's nothing wrong. If you cannot homeschool, please, there's nothing wrong with if you need to send your child to a public school, a government school, then you do what you have to do and you pray over them and you go on. There is no condemnation in that. But homeschooling is the preferred method in my mind of getting that child on that way to learning, and there's a quick turnaround time in homeschooling where you see so much, because you see they're not waiting for 30 kids in a class. I've taught in school and I can't go on until everybody gets done. And you have 30 kids and so many of them have problems, and so they're slow, and you have a child that's just going through it and they can't. This is why we homeschool. We want to be a blessing to our children. Or perhaps your child is one of those kids that is really slow and everybody else is moving around them. And you want to bring your child home and give them the teaching that they need at the pace that they need. Everybody's different. Every situation is different. Homeschooling, I've never known it not to be a blessing, as long as the parents had their priorities correct. Think about it. If you have any questions, let me know. Remember, homeschooling is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And we run it as a family. Now go out and enjoy the adventure. Goodbye.